Chesed Fund is it's a crowdfunding platform. The basic definition of it is it's an online crowdfunding platform. So it's similar to something like you might have seen in GoFundMe, right? But we catered to the Jewish world. We innovated in terms of crowdfunding. We made it free for everybody. That was something that never happened before. So there were no fees associated with it. It had classically been, we knew it was a powerful tool, but it had classically been cost prohibitive. So we made it free. That was the first innovation of the Chesed Fund.
And like the GoFundMe, for example, they'll take a fee. So
yeah, GoFundMe was really expensive. Actually, in the end of the day, they copied our model. They
Really?
They kind of modeled after us because we revolutionized the field. We really, really did. Like making it free, this was before my time,
Right.
but making crowdfunding free for everyone, which is why you see it dominating WhatsApp statuses and stuff like that, why you see it everywhere, because we really make it available to everyone. And it's a super powerful tool. There's no question about it.
Interesting. Why was the Chesed Fund started? I find that there's GoFundMe and there's other ways for people to raise money, but what was the
origin story?
The origin story.
So the origin is Chaim Chernoff. I don't know if you know who he is.
Of course. Shout out to Chaim.
Shout out to Chaim.
How are you, dude?
He's a little bit of an innovator for people who don't know him, and he kind of innovated this thing called JCN, the Jewish Content Network, which does like tons of ad distribution in the Jewish world. It's a super cool idea. They streamlined everything. And people kept advertising GoFundMe after GoFundMe after GoFundMe, and he knew that it was cost prohibitive. And he met up with a programmer called Avi Kahat. Avi is one of the co-founders of the Chesed Fund. He's like a Zaken, he lives in Eretz Yisrael. He's a tzaddik. He's a mamash tzaddik. And they got
For
together.
anyone that's listening and not seeing, Yoshi just made a fantastic beard motion.
He's got a huge beard.
And Yoshi's got a beard
He's got
himself.
fabulous
A
facial
little
hair.
one compared to Avi's. I'm a big admirer of beards.
Are you?
Yes. Avi's got quite the beard. He's got quite the beard. He really does. And he's a big tzaddik of a man. And both of them together kind of innovated this thing, this platform, which could really be free for everyone, which could totally revolutionize that field. And it did. So that's how it started. They recognized that there was a need. People kept advertising all these campaigns on GoFundMe. Well, why can't we provide them something that's more cost effective from the community that speaks their language, let's say, right? Something more community based.
Right.
Yeah.
You got me stuck on the beard thing for a sec.
Yeah, stay on the beard.
Yisrael Abasor. You know Yisrael Abasor?
I don't know, no.
He's a Yid from Florida.
Okay.
He is like the top 5 beard
Really?
in the world.
There's a lot of great beards in Florida. That's where I live.
He has an incredible beard.
Yeah?
Should we like put a picture of him on here? I don't know. Might be like a preacher.
I don't
I'll
know
ask
him, but
I'll ask
you might
him.
want to ask him first.
I might have to.
I was very close with Revulsion Shlita, and he's a Rosh Hashiva in Lakewood. And also, these are
Top 10 beard.
This is maybe the top one in the world,
Really?
for sure.
I hear you. So again, like a reason why I wanted you on this podcast, in this podcast, Meaningful People, we speak to people who are
Meaningful.
sort of, yeah, and who are doing meaningful things and accomplishing Klal Yisrael. And start backwards. To date, I've donated to flex. I've donated to many Chesed funds.
Nice. T4. Thank you.
T4. Oh man, I'm gonna hear.
I'm trying to prove to Naki that I'm not pushing 40 by using T4.
Yeah, and it's just the Chesed Fund has raised over $100 million.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
For tzedakah causes in the last.
Let's give that number one more time for anyone that was distracted during that.
$100 million.
How are you, dude?
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
It's very, very, it's humbling. Yeah. Ashreichem Yisrael.
What's it like to be part of that?
Well, I honestly, I thank Hashem every day for putting me in this position. I'm not going to ask what the schus is, but I can just tell you that from my desk, I see what Klal Yisrael does when there's a need, when there's a want, when there's something that needs to be built, like a building, like a school building, a yeshiva, when a building falls down, like what happened in Surfside. I see what Klal Yisrael does. I see it firsthand, and it's incredible. Like my my Havas Yisrael has grown from being a part of this company. It's tremendous. It's a schos. It's a schos to be able to use some of the kochos that I have to serve Klal Yisrael. That's the bottom line. We're here to serve fundraisers. That's the mission of the company. But on a personal level, it's, I've cried a lot of tears. I've said a lot of tefillas for a lot of these campaigns. It's blood, sweat, and tears. It's incredible. It's an incredible honor and a schos to serve Klal Yisrael in this very, very unique way. My background is a little bit in marketing, in design, in multimedia, and I worked for record labels, and I worked in Hollywood. And
whoa,
yeah,
whoa,
and I went to a lot of koilim also.
Okay.
I had no idea how I'm going to get all of these different
unique experiences,
and bring them into a project that's going to be powerful and meaningful, and it's a schos to be able to. I've worked with and been on the phones with Gedolei Yisrael time after time, heads of yeshivas and organizations that I admire and look to and say these people are incredible, and being able to serve them with our expertise, with our technology, with our strategy, with our service. All of what we've built in terms of the company has been awesome. Professionally, it's been incredible, and personally, and also on like an avodas Hashem on a ruchnius level. For me, if you're asking me personally, it's an absolute honor and a schos. It's a humbling honor and schos.
That's awesome. I think this came up in our conversation with Rabbi Y.Y. Jacobson, that this generation is experiencing such incredible, really unprecedented success financially. And, some people make a lot of noise about the way that our generation is indulging in that wealth.
Right.
But, Rabbi Jacobson had an incredible spin on it, that how it's a sign of Geula.
Right.
And Hashem is opening and expanding our concepts, right?
Yes.
Our hasagas.
Yes.
In order to be able to bring on Mashiach, we have to be able to think big.
I mean, Rebbe was the wealthiest man in Klal Yisrael. He was the Machabera Mishnah. To him we owe all of our Torah, and there's something the Midrash says that Bizman Hazeh, we know that the Mishnah says that Olam Ha'omed al Shlosh Devarim, right, on Torah, on Avodah, on Gemilas Chasadim. The Midrash says today, I don't want this to get depressing. The Midrash says today we don't have not Avoda because we don't have the Beis HaMikdash, and we don't have Torah because along with the Churban Beis HaMikdash, the quality of the Torah and the Tahara of the Paraduma, it changed the quality. But from even before the Torah was given and before the Beis HaMikdash was built, we had Chesed.
Wow. And
during those times, we also had Chesed. And now that the Midrash says there's no Torah, there's no Avoda because there's no Beis HaMikdash, Chesed has been the one pillar that the entire world, kindness, Klal Yisrael's kindness, our brand of kindness, is the pillar that keeps the entire world standing. And that's, I think, that maybe what Rabbi Jacobson, I'm not going to speak for the good rabbi, but maybe that's sort of what he meant, that we're capitalizing on our ability to serve Hashem in the one way that we always have been able to in its purest form. And we're just innovating the technology around that. We're facilitating it.
Wow, that's awesome.